Hello, my name is Emily Moran, and I'm a postdoc at the National Institute for Mathematical and Biological Synthesis. I'm a forest ecologist, and my interest is in how plants respond to climate change. We know that in past periods of climate change, such as at the end of the last glacial period, that many species responded by shifting northward or up mountainsides, and many also exhibited local adaptation to the changing conditions. Similar responses are expected due to human-influenced climate change. However, because climate change is progressing much faster than it did at the end of the last glacial period, and because many species are faced with other challenges such as pollution or loss of habitat, there's concern that many will not be able to respond fast enough. And this is especially of concern for trees because they have very long life cycles. Currently, I'm working on a project to investigate how genetic variation affects responses to CO2 and ozone pollution in aspen forests. Different tree genotypes, different individuals, often do respond differently to environmental conditions. And in this case, I'm building a mathematical model of survival and growth in aspen trees in response to these changing atmospheric conditions. And so far, the data appear to indicate that different genotypes respond differently to these conditions, and different sets of genotypes are favored under high CO2 conditions or high ozone conditions relative to present conditions. And these changes in the genotypic composition of a population are important because trees also vary in how their leaf chemistry affects nutrient cycling and the performance of insect herbivores. So I'm also working on a project in which we're modeling the population dynamics of tent caterpillars on different aspen genotypes under different conditions. So the tent caterpillars will grow faster or get bigger on certain genotypes than on others. And so we're looking at how the distribution and migration between different genotypic patches affects the population dynamics of the tent caterpillars and how often you see outbreaks of this pest species. And we hope that in understanding the growth and mortality of trees in response to climate, to CO2, and other changing conditions, as well as the interactions with other species, will help us understand how better to manage forests under these changing conditions.
For more information about postdoctoral fellowships at the National Institute for Mathematical and Biological Synthesis, visit our website at www.nimbus.org.